Hey cuties, what's going on? So today we're going to be talking about traits. I'm basically going to be going over like what traits well, first we're going to go over the information of all the traits. Then I'm going to be going over like what traits I think are good, what traits are used for what, or whatever. It's basically going to be like a tier list. I'll make the tier list after I'm done talking about this, going through the wiki. By the way, if you want the link to the wiki, that will be linked down below. I'll also link my tier list down below as well, just in case some of you want to go ahead and use it. I don't know if on the tier list website if somebody made a tier list for traits or not yet, but I'll put it together and I'll make it and I'll upload it or whatever. I'll try to leave all that link in the description. I'll try to leave all of it linked in the description. There we go. I'm kind of slurring everything, bro. I'm talking like I get so excited when I'm trying to, well, I don't know about excited, but like I get like, I don't know, when I'm trying to talk about stuff and like give out information or whatever, this is like I talk so fast, it's hard to articulate sometimes. But before we get into the video though, you already know we gotta plug the sponsor, BloxBuddies.com. BloxBuddies is a website with these adorable little Roblox plushies on them. You got a new buddy here, Bacon Buddy, Bacon Girl, Guest Buddy, all for the price of $30. If you want to know more about this website, about this company, you can go ahead and follow their Instagram at BloxBuddiesHQ, or you can even join the Discord, which will be at the top of the link of the website, which will be in the description down below. And here's a couple pictures and videos of this little girl enjoying the BloxBuddies. Alright, now that that's out the way, let's go ahead and scroll down. So I'm pretty sure the wiki has every single trait in here. Yeah, every single trait and all the superior 1s, 2s, 3s, and all that of every trait, all that is in here. And the wiki also has a bunch of other stuff on units, shiny tiers, like there's a whole bunch of other information too. Like I said, if you want to check out the wiki, that will be linked in the description below. Some of you might not know there was a wiki, probably because they only announced it really in their Discord. So some of you might not be in the Discord, some of you play the game and just don't even care, I don't know. But yeah, the wiki link is there if you want to check it out. There we go. So superior 1 got increases damage by 10%, superior 2 increases damage by 12.5%, superior 3 increases damage by 15%, and then there's a 30% chance to get, I guess this is any of the superiors. I'm not too sure what it means by chance, but I assume superior 3, I mean it's a 30% chance to get any of the superiors. And then there's also like, I guess maybe like a 10% chance between each of the 3 to get it. I don't know exactly how it works, it doesn't really explain here, but it gives like a little increase of DPS down here. We don't really care, like we care about DPS, but like we don't really care about like how much it increases by. We're just looking at the main damage. I'll explain what I think about each trait later on in the tier list, but for now we're just gonna keep reading off the information and then we'll get to the tier list afterwards. But range 1 increases by 10%, range 2 increases by 12.5%, range 3 increases by 15%. For nimble, decreases SPA by 10%, nimble 2 decreases SPA by 12.5%, nimble 3 decreases SPA by 15%. So basically all the numbers are the same for every single trait. Adept, units with this trait will level up at a faster rate, receiving 50% more XP. This trait is ideal for low level units if the player wishes to level them up quickly. True. 10% chance to get that. All this stuff is also labeled in the game too, so you don't really need to see that. Like all that stuff is already in there. But culling, units with this trait have 20%. These are where people don't really know too much about them because they're not really stated. Like I don't know, they have like a bunch of extra utility and stuff to them that a lot of people don't really know unless they actually see the full-on stats for them. So units with this trait have 20% damage boost to enemies with 30% or lower health. Culling increases average DPS units by 6%. Like I said, this may look cool. Like, oh damn, culling is actually, no boys, don't trust culling. I'll explain more later. Well, actually, this is really all you need to see. Only 30% of lower health. Like culling, don't use culling, boys. Do not use culling at all. Sniper, units with this trait receive a 25% range increase. Godspeed, units with this trait receive a 20% SPA reduction, significantly increasing attack frequency. This trait gives your unit a blue lightning aura and is ideal for slow units such as Gone and Coyote Primera. Godspeed increases average DPS by, I need to stop reading that. I keep forgetting that's down there. Units with this, alright, so now we have Reaper. Units with this trait do 12.5% more damage to 12.5% 12.5% more base damage and 25% more damage to bosses. So I originally thought this was 20%. This is new to me. Checking out the wiki helped me out. Look at that. Look at that, chat. Look, the wiki helps out. Like, y'all need to go check out this wiki. They actually put a lot of work into this, and like it actually gives you information. I thought it was 20% to bosses. It's actually 25% to bosses. That is actually big. More damage to bosses. This trait gives your unit a red aura, which is sick. I love the DPS. I love Reaper's aura. And then there's more DPS stuff. Divine units with this trait have 20% damage boost, 20% range boost, and 10% SPA reduction. Divine, one of the best traits in the game, arguably the best trait in the game, depending on what unit you're using it on. Golden units with this trait have 10% damage boost and receive 20% more yen each time they make money. I always thought golden was every time you killed the enemy you get more yen. I still don't know if this is true or not. I don't know who made the wiki. I thought golden dealt with you killing the unit and then you get more money, but who knows? This is the wiki. Maybe they got tested and shit, so they probably know more than I do. But from what I heard from before from a lot of people was that you have to kill the unit and you get more yen with golden, but I'm not too sure. I wouldn't know. This trait gives your unit more gold appearance and is ideal trait for farm units such like Bulma and Speed Cart, blah blah blah. Units with this right now for the big bad boy, actually for the big bad boy, unique units with this trait have a 4 times plus 300% damage boost, plus 10% range boost, and plus 10% SPA reduction. Everyone always forget that they always get a range and SPA reduction. I always thought it was only like the range increase, but yeah, they get a range and SPA reduction. Unique is pretty fucking good, man. Units with this trait are restricted to a maximum of 1 of this unit placed per game, which is Unique's downfall, but it is very good on units that you only can place 3 of. This trait gives your unit an aura with runic letters, and all the damage potential for some units may be decreased. You will need to spend a lot less money as you would only need to max out 1. True. Alright, so now that that's done, let's go on to the tier list. I'm gonna have to quickly put that together. Alright, so here we are. Excuse the low quality images I had to crop for the superior range and nimble 3 passes, bro. They don't really give us like a split up version of all the superiors, ranges, and nimbles or whatever, so I kind of just had to like just take the 3s and just run with it. The superior 1 and 2s are gonna be, I guess, grouped together because oh wait, I didn't take a screenshot of those either. Fucking Christ. All right, so I had to redo the entire tier list, and yeah, I had to change the name too, so it's going to be under AA traits now. Like I said, the link will be in the description anyway. So we're going to start off with let's go to like the superiors and range whatever. So this is going to be like superior 1 and 2, range 1 and 2, nimble 1 and 2 all put together, because like I couldn't really find a way to split it up unless I went through and found like the superior 1, superior 2, like all that of every single one, and I don't feel like doing that. We're just going to keep them in one little category because basically those 2 are like the free-to-play ish traits anyway, like these ones. So superior 1 and superior 2, like I said, if you're free to play, you don't have like a lot of rerolls or whatever, you can't really get like the superior 3 or any of the mythical or legendary passes or anything like that. Superior 1 and 2 is your go-to. I'm not gonna call it an L because I would still rather have these over certain passes in the game for sure. So I will put superior 1 and 2 probably in the mid category because like it's damage. Everybody likes damage. Extra damage is always good. 10%, 12.5%, however much. It's still pretty good. I'm not going to be mad about that. Nimble 1 and nimble 2. What was it? What was it? 10%? Well, actually, how much? Let me go check. I forgot how much it was. Nimble 1, nimble 2. No, bro, what? Get this out, bro. No, I don't want to. I don't want to look at movies. Get this out the way. All right, so yeah, nimble 1 is 10%. Nimble 2 is 12.5%. Wait, is it? Wait, how much is Godspeed? Godspeed is 20%. God damn, I thought Godspeed was like 15% or something like that. All right, that's crazy. All right, so nimble 1, nimble 2. So SPA is always nice. Honestly, I'd say number 1, number 2 is probably up here too for the same reasons as superior. And then I'll put range like down here. Like range is all right, but like considering the fact that sniper is in the game and sniper is actually pretty easy to get, you don't really necessarily need range 1 or range 2. I wouldn't even keep that anyway. The only reason why you would keep range 1 and range 2 either way would be on like a Irwin or something like that. But even then, you're better off trying to go for like a sniper, Godspeed, range 3 or something else. And nimble, the nimbles, like I said, are pretty good on units with like high SPA. Like if you have a coyote, a gone, or even a kite, or just anything with like over like 7-ish SPA, anything nimble would be pretty good on it. Godspeed would be very good on it. Superior would be good on anything with like already high damage too, because the damage numbers would just go through the roof. Like 10%, say a unit had 50,000 attack, right? 10% of 50k would literally be like 5,000 extra damage. 55,000 right there. If you go to 100k damage, because there's some units that do 100k damage in the game, an extra 10% would be an extra 10,000 damage stacked onto it. Like Superior 1 and Superior 2, those are pretty good. Like their Superior is pretty good for units with like already high damage. Nimble is pretty good for like units with like a decently high amount of what's it called, SPA. Range you're not gonna need, really. Like I said, you only need range on like 2 specific units, and even then, you could argue that it's only on 1, maybe a couple, because of like Shanks, Deal, and all of them. But like I said, for the actual good utility units, you'll need like sniper. I recommend just going for sniper or even a range 3. Range 1 and range 2 are basically useless. Honestly, I wouldn't use them. So now let's move on to the 3s. So Superior 3, very good. Solid passive. I use Superior 3s all the time too. If you like don't have the Robux or rerolls, whatever, just try to go for mythical passives and you just want damage on your unit or whatever, Superior 3 is very good. 50% extra damage, that is a lot of damage. Superior 3 is solid for sure. Range 3, that one will get bumped up to the mid one, because like I said, 50% extra range is basically just a step down for Sniper. Sniper is already a very good trait to have on a lot of your units, depending on the unit, mainly your utility units, support units, or whatever. Sniper is very good on those. Sniper has a lot of use. Honestly, maybe all 3 of the 3s would go up here, probably, just because of like they're like basically just a step down from like the best passes in the game, basically. So honestly, I'll keep all 3 of them up here. Nimble 3, like I said, for the same reasons as the 1 and 2s, all of these are just like upgrades to all of them, and then like just a 1 step down from like the best traits in the game. So if you get anything with a 3, depending on what unit, like range for your Irwin, your buff units and stuff like that, nimble for your units with your high SPA and like high DPS units, stuff like that. Superior 3 for just units with like high damage, just keep stacking up more damage, or even if they're lacking damage, you can get Superior 3 on them. Like the 3s are all good. In order of importance though, I'll put Superior above, Nimble in second, and then range in the 3rd slot. That's what I do. Now to move on to legendary traits. This one, why did it upload like this? So this is Adept, right? This is Adept. I don't know why it uploaded like this. Maybe I should have just got the logo. I should probably just get the logo. So I don't feel like redoing it though, but this one is Adept. Adept has like a little, it's like little Atom logo, something like that. Adept is, I would put it in the W because it only really has 1 use and is very good for that use, but this you don't necessarily need it, right? You don't necessarily need Adept. Like you can easily level your unit even without Adept. Adept just makes it like slightly faster, but I'm just gonna leave it in the good tier. Like Adept would be in W if it was like 100% necessary. Like, oh, you're never gonna level up your units if you don't have Adept. It's not like that. It's pretty easy to level your units. So Adept, I'll put it in the good tier. But if you get a fresh new unit and throw an Adept on it, yeah, you'll need that. Adept is one of the first passes you go for. But if you do get something better, like you get like Superior 3, like you don't roll that often, you get a Superior 3, you get like a Sniper, a Godspeed, Divine, or any mythical trait or whatever, something like that, definitely just keep it. Don't even roll off for Adept. Like you'll get it max level eventually anyway. Adept just speeds up the process like a good amount. So I'm not gonna put it in like the W tier. Culling is the worst trait in the game. Not even gonna cap, bro. Well, actually, maybe not the worst trait. I'll put it above range, right? I'll put it above range 1, range 2. But actually, I don't know. That's kind of tough. Culling is just bad. So you get 20% extra damage to units 30% or lower. So it's basically like an execution trait. you're already like if they're that low, they're already really gonna die. And like for the most part, depending on what units you have, culling is not even gonna be used because they'll just get one tapped or killed in like 2 seconds already. So culling will only really have uses in like later rounds of Infinite. But even then, why not just use a better DPS passive? Superior 3 will do more DPS than culling would. Nimble 3 would do more DPS than culling would. Any of these traits down here would do more DPS than culling would, other than sniper. Culling is just useless, man. It's pretty bad. So we're gonna move on to sniper. Is a bow and arrow. Sniper is obviously a W trait. Like I said, it's just a step up from range 3, and this will be one of your most used traits because you use it on things like Killua, Mochi, Shanks, Dio. You use it on anything utility wise, basically anything utility wise, anything support wise. You'll always use sniper, or you can probably use Godspeed as well. Depending on if say on somebody like maybe Mochi, I think he slows every hit. I think Killua slows every hit too. Stuns every hit too. I'm not too sure. Maybe this is a cooldown, a global cooldown. It's probably a global cooldown on all the abilities. But sniper is like the main one you'll use on all of them. Maybe sniper might actually now sniper stays where it's at. It'll probably be like the bottom of W. But, well, maybe not bottom of W. Actually, yeah, probably bottom of W. But, like, sniper you use on, like, every support unit, basically. Every support unit, every utility unit, you'll use sniper on just about everything. Like, it is very good. Other than, like, DPS units, sniper, you're going to be using sniper, basically. Godspeed. Arguably one of the best traits in the game. Maybe, like, third best trait in the game, actually. Third best. Because Godspeed decreases your SPA by 20%. And we love lower SPA around here, bro. Lower SPA means higher DPS. It has always meant higher DPS. The lower your SPA, the higher your DPS. I'm going to keep repeating that. So basically, lower SPA, you get your units down to like attack in like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, or something like that. Then like you'll just be laying down damage a lot faster. It's basically just a DPS passive. I shouldn't really have to explain it. Y'all should know. Like Godspeed is up there. It's fire. Reaper. I'll put Reaper top of good tier. So Reaper is not a W passive because Reaper, like I said, it's basically a superior 2 unless you're attacking the bosses. The only reason why Reaper would be truly useful would be for high DPS boss killing units such as like Pito, Uryu, Levi, people like that. But on every other unit, Reaper is not really that good because of, like I said, the 12.5% damage. Reaper is basically a trait for boss killers. So if you don't have a boss killing unit, like I said, Levi, Uryu, what's it called? What was the other one? Pito. Pretty much anything with like, I guess, crit, basically. Pretty much anything with crit that does like high DPS to bosses and just do high DPS in general. Like Reaper wouldn't really be that useful. It's still good. It's still very good. It still will be helpful, but it won't be at maximum like efficiency without being like on a boss killing unit. Divine. Like I said, arguably one of the best traits in the game. Top 3 for sure. Divine has like, what does Divine have? Divine has something. I don't remember what it was. Divine has some logo. You'll see it in game. Divine, like I said, it increases damage by 20%, increases range by 20%, lowers SPA by 10%, I think. It basically does everything. It's like an upgraded Superior 3, upgraded Superior 3, a sniper, plus a Nimble 1. Like just all together. It is insane. It is like the best, one of the best. It's like the best trait to use on like any unit almost, other than some of the units with like 3, like you only place down 3 of. Divine is good on like literally everything. On literally anything, bro. Any type of DPS unit, any type of, maybe not actually any type of DPS unit, any type of support utility. Because like I said, how you will only use sniper on some of them, but now you get sniper plus nimble as well. Like it's good on everything, man. Even if some of the units that are better with unique, Divine is still very good with those units. Like Divine is crazy. Now this is Golden. Golden is basically, I wouldn't say useless. I'll put Golden like top of mid, right? So I thought people said golden got a buff to like 20% damage, but in the wiki it still says 10%. So I'm just gonna go off of what I see from the wiki. If they didn't update it in the wiki, since the wiki is still pretty new, then I'm gonna say golden is only 10%. So it's basically a superior one, but you get money. Yeah, superior one, but you get money. And if it actually does work like how it says in the wiki, where it only you only get more money from units that give you money, then it's basically just a superior one at that point. If you don't get more money from killing mobs, then it's basically just a superior one. This trait is absolute ass. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it did get a buff. That's what people were telling me. But then again, I also didn't hear anything about it from other people. So let me know in the comments. Y'all can confirm or deny it for me if it got buffed to 20% or not. If it's still at 10%, this passive is basically superior one. It is basically superior one wrapped in a mythical passive. It is not like that. All right, now for the big boy unique. This one is gonna be hella controversial with divine. A lot of people argue if divine is better. A lot of people argue that unique is better. I'm gonna say, because of divine's usage on just about any unit, I'm gonna say it's better than unique. Unique is good, very, very good on units that you can only place 3 of, such as like Shanks, Adult Gone. Well, Shanks only if you don't need his like utility, but like Shanks, Adult Gone, Netero, Kite, just like any unit that you can only place 3 of, because you're getting that 4x damage. Usually if you can place 4 units, that's basically 4x damage right there. So you might as well get divine on it at that point, so you can increase like the range, SP, and all that type of stuff, and you'll probably just get more DPS with divine than you would with unique. But since unique is 4x damage, you're basically getting 4 units in 1, right? And since you can only place 3 of those certain units, you're basically getting an extra unit. So you're basically getting like an extra Gone. You're basically getting like an extra Shanks. You're getting an extra Netero. So it's best used on those units right there. And it's also very good on like certain legendaries for like, I guess, to start off in like raid mode, story mode, something like that. Something like Dio or like Giorno, stuff like that. Just like on lower tier legendaries, so you can just place like, so you basically just have like high damage for low cost. So like legendaries you can place on like wave 1, wave 2. You go ahead and throw that down, you're already doing like 5k damage. Like it's pretty good on those two. But divine just has more of a use overall for like literally everything. So I'd say divine is higher than unique. Y'all can debate me about it in the comments if you want, but like I'm pretty divine is just better, bro. Divine is just better. But that's gonna be it for the tier list. That's everything. So if you guys enjoyed, let me know how you what's your thoughts on it in the comments. And I think it's gonna be it, man. So catch you boys in the next one. Peace.
Oh yeah, Maj. This the one right here.
What it do? Sauce up on you too. You know I'm dripping, baby, and you dripping too. I know you love me, baby, and I love you too. I know you love me, baby, and I love you too.